Hey everybody, my name is Josh Davis, PDGA number 122417, relatively new to the PDGA. Current rating is 890, so this might not be super helpful to some people, but if you're just getting into disc golf, I think I'll have some insight that I can share with you. This is take two for my In the Bag. The first one was really long because apparently I can talk a lot, so it's too much to edit, so I'm going to kind of fly through. We'll do my daytime bag for this first video, and maybe for another video I'll do a nighttime in the bag, and also do like a cribs in the bag edition, or just like the other things I bring with me to play disc golf. So let's get started. Okay, so first off, we're gonna go through putters. I bag a lot of putters, so first up are gonna be my putting putters. Prototype Luna, it's been my go-to since it came out. I used to putt with magnets, and then I switched to Judges, then I switched to Wardens, and then the Luna came out, and it just feels really good in the hand. That's the most important thing. How it flies is important as well, which is why I have two different molds. Yeah, I really like the Lunas. The Jawbreaker kind of hybrid plastic feels really good, and it just gives me a confident putting stroke. Feels really good in my hand. And then I have the Fierces. These just came out, and I put one in my bag, and I've been liking it a lot. What I found is sometimes where I struggle with the Luna, because it does have a slightly overstable finish, I struggle sometimes like edge of circle and a little bit out. And so that's where I like the Fierce. It penetrates forward a little bit longer. It has a little more glide because of the understability. I can put it on, you know, a little bit of anhyzer, and it'll kind of hold that and push further towards the basket, which I like a lot. I also like these for throwing, like longer penetrating hyzer flip backhand turnover putter shots. I really enjoy them for that. So, but I have a different Fierce in my bag for that shot. I putt with that one only. And then getting into my throwing putters, I have a Luna for that as well. I have a Crystal Luna, so it gets beat up less, you know, hitting rocks and trees and stuff. This one is new. I had a different one that I used for a while, and then Paul signed it for me. So that got retired. I had another one in the wings. And then P2s. I have a couple of these. You'll see it in my nighttime video as well if I do that. It's a little bit deeper, so some people don't like the P2, but it is another popular putter. I like it a lot for touchy up shots. It has good glide, so I can put a lot of control on it when I'm approaching the basket, where I need to avoid, you know, maybe some guardian trees or a bush or something on the green. I really like it a lot. And then I have zones. You'll see this a lot, you know, like Birdie Smith has his like get freaky zones. Everyone's a big fan of the zone. Where I think it fits in is like overstable mid-range approach shots, but then also as a putter. You know, getting into tight greens, I like it a lot. The Jawbreaker is a little softer, so it'll stick more on like smaller, more condensed greens. And then even if it's really windy, like I'll putt with these because they're so low profile and flat. They fight the wind really nicely. So like, you know, I've played where, you know, sometimes it's like 15 to 20 mile an hour winds, and I'm putting from a knee to try and, you know, stay under it. And the zone is like my go-to actual putting putter for that. But it's also really nice for touchy up shots, or, you know, big utility shots where you need to get over something or around something quickly. The zone is a sweet disc. And that's it for my putters. Next up is mid-ranges. Currently I bag 6 mid-ranges. Actually, maybe one of these is going to go away. But anyways, starting from the top, I kind of have them organized by stability. The Mint Discs Bobcat. I can't say enough good things about this disc. It's not terrifically overstable, but it's very torque resistant. So, I mean, I can throw this as hard as I can, and it's going to fly straight and flat, and then finish hyzer. It doesn't carry out on me at all, or flip over and go where I don't want it. So I can't say enough good things about the Bobcat. I bag a couple of different ones. This is my go-to right now that I dyed. Kind of a spring Easter dye. Like it a lot. Next up, jump down in stability. MD3 is another big go-to for me. I like the color glow because I play a lot of night golf, so it's one disc that I can throw day or night. I don't have to switch and change how I throw it. Really good disc. Has a consistent overstable finish, but I can put it on any and it'll hold it. When they beat in, I find, at least with this plastic, they'll hold a line for quite a long time. Fly understable, finish stable. Step up in stability, MD4, again, glow, because I play a lot of night golf. This is a disc that's in the bag either way. But I can throw more exaggerated flex shots with this, both forehand or backhand. Another good disc in my bag. Or if it's windier, like if it's an MD3 shot, but it's windy, I'll bump up to the MD4. And then obviously a buzz. Got to bag one of those. This buzz is relatively new for me. I recently aced with one of my buzzes, retired it, and then met Paul when he signed my Luna. He signed one of my buzzes, a big Z that I took out of my bag. So got this one. Probably only been thrown like 3 or 4 times, but straight in the bag. Love the buzz. And then these, I'm kind of choosing between a Soul or Prodigy M4. First run Soul, I threw a while ago and didn't like it because I was foolish and didn't understand the understable right finishing shots for right hand backhand. So it's going back in the bag. I've been trying it out. I'm trying an M4. I haven't thrown this yet. I might get another Buzz SS to try for that slot as well, but I'm trying to encompass, you know, left finishing, straighter shooting shots, and right finishing shots for right hand backhand. And then naturally I could flip that for forehand. Yeah, so those are my understable mids that I'm trying for now, and that's mids. All right, so next up, before I get into fairway drivers, I'm going to do utility discs. These are discs that maybe I'm not going for distance, or I'm just like using them to get out of trouble, scramble or get around something or over something. My main one, it's always been in my bag in one form or another, the Flick. I prefer the 150 class. A buddy of mine, Ryan Farney, turned me on to them, and I love these discs for thumbers, whether it's like a sidearm, panning, skipping thumber, or a big over-the-top thumber. I love this disc. Backhand, skip shots, I love this disc so much. Don't see a lot of them around anymore, so I've been kind of, you know, I always keep other utility discs in the bag that I'm familiar with just in case I lose this or they stop making this. And that's where I have a Tour Series Raptor that I just picked up and I've been liking. Less overstable, but further flying than the Flick, so it fills a different hole. I'm liking it a lot. And then for a while, I have liked the FD3s. I used to have a Color Glow one that I lost. If you have one, let me know. I'll probably buy it from you. And then I throw one of these at daytime. Doombird 3, I love this disc. I haven't really thrown thumbers with it, but there's a lot of courses I play where forehand or backhand low skipping aggressive hooked lines are the way to go, and I love the FD3s for that. Up next are fairway drivers. So I'll start with the understable ones first. Freetail. Again, just picking those understable discs that will finish, you know, left to right for those backhand shots. That's a shot I've been missing for years, so putting them in my bag at different speeds. I really like it a lot. If I throw it hard and flat, I can turn it into a roller. If I throw it hard and hyzer, it'll flip up to flat, fading, and finishing back left. So I can shape a lot of shots with this disc very easily. It's a 10 speed, but I don't really believe it takes that much power to manipulate this disc. That one's also from Mint out of Austin, Texas. And then the Alpha. This is the one that started it all for Mint. It is what they call a power fairway driver. I can rip this thing, and it is always going to finish to the left, right hand, backhand. This one's got some scuffs in it, so it flies right. It has a decent amount of turn to it. Normally, though, these will fly pretty darn straight for a while. It's a fun brand to throw because there's so much variation in the different styles of plastics and the different runs. This is a 3rd run Alpha, but there's lots out there. Really fun disc to throw. I'm trying out a Stalker. Again, for that understable, you know, penetrating right backhand shots, just trying it out. I've thrown it a couple times, may or may not stay in the bag. FDs, been in my bag for a long time. Really good utility. Fairway disc, I can throw it straight, I can throw it, you know, it'll hold angles, like it a lot. And the fact that I can get a Color Glow one to throw it day or night is a huge plus. FD2, very similar to the FD, just slightly more overstable, so I can put a little more on it and count on it to finish back to the left. So when it's windier, if it's an FD shot, maybe I'll bump it up to an FD2. And again, color glow doesn't hurt. And then this is my first run Undertaker. Back in the day, before I understood that I needed that, that certain shot shape, I didn't like it because it wasn't a Heiserbomb disc. So I was kind of foolish, took it out of my bag. I've had it in storage for a while. But trying that out again as well with the Stalker. It's a little faster. It's probably going to be one or the other, honestly. So that's fairway drivers. And last but not least, for my daytime bag are distance drivers. Usually I'll bag 5 of them. Depends on the course or the wind. But again, starting out with that understable, maybe I could use it as a roller or just something that'll penetrate right. I finally bagged an Avenger SS, see what the hype was all about, and I do like it a lot. I can get a similar line to the Freetail, but I can throw it harder. It's more torque resistant. I really enjoy this disc so far. I've had some good throws with it in the woods. Liking it a lot. I'll probably start buying it in other plastics, and then I can hang this sweet 5x1 on the wall. Next is an Onyx. I loved the Proto, and so I bought a first run as soon as I could. I think this beats in slower, but great disc. I like these a lot. I can really rip on them and count on them a lot. But I don't have to throw it as hard as I throw my Zeus to get a full flight out of it. So that's a really good lineup there from Discraft. Zeus, Onyx, Avenger SS. I think it matches, my game well. Zeus, man, I love these things. I have a Proto Kong that was kind of flippy, so I was kind of on the fence about it. And then these first run Zeuses, these things are sweet. I can get them to stand up. I can get them to turn over depending on the angle of release, but they bomb. It's probably my furthest flying disc. So I really, really like my Zeuses, and I count on those a lot. Please make it into glow plastic so that I don't have to count on other discs for my nighttime game. That being said, Glow DDX, I love these day or night. A little more stable than the regular C-line DDXs. Flies about as far as my Zeus, but it's flippier, so I can flex them out a little bit more. DDX is a good one. Personally, I like the Glow ones. They're a little more stable than the C-line. And then last but not least, every day in my bag is the Raider. I used to throw Ballista Pros, but they kind of beat in to be flippier than I wanted. For myself personally, maybe that's seasoned how everyone likes it, but for me, I wanted something a little more stable for those windy headwind shots, and the Raider has been my disc. I have been loving this thing. It fights the wind. Good for huge hyzer shots. I can throw this as hard as I want, and I can depend on it. It's going to finish left. So that's it for my in the bag, and stay tuned for more. I'll probably do, like I said, a nighttime in the bag because it's mostly different discs, and then probably even go through my bags and just how they're laid out. So stay tuned for more. Thanks for watching.